After the no race we had in Belgium, we move on to the second race in the triple header. Welcome to the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's round 13 on the calendar. Next weekend we're in Tifosi land at Monza, Italy, before a 2-week break before we go to Russia, and then 2 weeks later it's the Turkish Grand Prix, now on a new date of the 8th to the 10th of October. 2 weeks time, then it's United States Grand Prix, followed then by another triple header, starting off with Mexico on the 7th of November, Brazil on the 14th, and a to-be-confirmed race on the 21st that is rumoured to be back for the first time at Qatar at the Losail International Circuit. Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi remain on their original dates to round out the season in December. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton is still the leader on 202.5 points. He's only 3 points back to Max Verstappen on a 199.5. Lucky half points will not decide this title like he did in 1984 against Lauda and Prost. Then it's Lando Norris now back in third place ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Sergio Perez leads Carlos Sainz on by 83.5. Then in 7th, Danny Ricciardo 8th, Pierre Gasly 9th, and Esteban Ocon rounds out in 10th place. On the second page, no one's really moved around. Alonso still 11th, followed by Vettel, Tsunoda, Stroll 14th. George Russell now gets 13 points on the board with second place at the Belgian Grand Prix. He's ahead of his teammate Nicholas Latifi. Kimi Raikkonen is 17th, a point ahead of Antonio Giovinazzi, and still no points for Haas with Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way on 310.5 points, 7 points back on 303.5. The battle for third between McLaren and Ferrari heating up, with McLaren being ahead of Ferrari by 4.5 points. Then go down the order, we will see the fact battling AlphaTauri, there are 8 points between them as well. Aston Martin is sneaking up on that battle. Williams now on 20 points. They've scored more than Red Bull in the last 2 races. Alfa Romeo only have 3 and still no points on the board for Haas. It's Saturday morning and it's the Dutch Grand Prix here at Zandvoort. Let's take a look around Zandvoort, a 4.259 kilometre circuit, 72 laps ahead of us. First time we've been here since 1985. The circuit has been on the calendar though since 1952. Start the lap at the exit of turn 14, flat out as you approach the line in 8th gear. Come down towards the banked turn 1. Down now to 3rd gear, 70 miles an hour. Put the power down mid-exit as well. Control the rear slide as you head up towards turn 2. 6th gear, 130 kilometers an hour. Blind as you come down to turn 3 as well. 50 miles an hour in 2nd gear. Banked, power mid-exit as you approach up turns 4 and 5. Flat out segment of the track in 8th gear. Turn 6 then catches up on you. Drop down 7th gear, 150 miles per hour before you come into the braking zone of turn 7. Drop down 6th gear, 140. Lift, flat out, watch out for the gravel sand. Turn 8, 3rd gear, down into 80 miles an hour. The same, drop 5 more miles per hour to turn 9, 3rd gear. Hairpin left-hander, overspeed of the exit could lead into a spin. Open up the DRS as you approach into turn 10. Drop once again down to 3rd gear, 75 miles an hour. Heavy braking zone, lot of lockups possible. Into turn 11 and 12, 2nd gear, up to 4th gear now at 105 miles an hour. A short switch back right to was easy to spin as well as you approach turn 13. Let the car grind its way through as you approach the banking. Flat out 7th gear, you reach 8 as you approach the line, and that is a lap of Zandvoort. There's no place better than Zandvoort as well, is there? Because we've seen so far this weekend, it is the place to be for seaside resorts as well. In the last weekend of summer holidays, the beach is definitely the place to hit. Zandvoort's been on the calendar on and off since 1952. It was built back in 1948 as well. It's the first race here in over 36 years. Should have been back last year, but COVID put paid to that. It's a much revamped circuit since the last time we were here. It's the first time we've raced on this modern circuit that was built back in 1999. It's called the Club Circuit. But still, the first sector pretty much unchanged as well. Tarzan in 1977, Hunt versus Lauda as well. Hunt won his first Grand Prix here in 1975, won a year later in 1976 with McLaren. McLaren were the last winners here as well. Niki Lauda taking victory against Alain Prost down at the Hunchback corner as well at turn 3, which is now banking, much like turn 14 where we look at the tyres, which is the C1, the C2 and the C3. The hardest compound against a very hard, abrasive circuit as well. Charles Leclerc topped the second session on a 1:10.902. He is quicker, only just by a second to the 1985 cars as well, on a much similar layout as well. In the first couple of sectors, Formula 1 2021 is quicker. Track temperature is up at 26 degrees, air temperature 16 degrees, and it's been all kicking off this morning as well with the news that Kimi Raikkonen has contracted the COVID-19 virus. He will not be racing this weekend. In his place is the 88 Robert Kubica, making his first start since the 2019 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix when he raced with Williams as well. Max Verstappen was under investigation by the stewards as well for failing to slow under red flag procedures yesterday when Hamilton stopped on the track. He has since been cleared of that conviction as well because the red flag came out as he was passing the car. Lewis Hamilton has had another change as well to his MG UK, as has Sebastian Vettel. Mercedes engine cars struggling here. Red Bull off the pace and disrupted as well. Ferrari sneaking through. Ian Birch, good morning, Dad. It's all kicking off this morning, isn't it, Zandvoort, for a great weekend?
What would have been the outcome if that had been Lewis?
With the, oh, yeah.
You know.
It surely would have been a penalty. It would have been. It's a known fact.
I physically think that he couldn't have slowed down.
No, I don't think he could have.
But you know, Red Bull are always saying the rules are the rules, and no, the rules are what Red Bull want to interpret. And Michael Massey and the stewards just seem to follow whatever they say nowadays.
I must admit, I'm looking here at the race director's notes, version 4, published this morning, and I'm trying to find out if there's anything now about it. Double waved yellows. Any driver passing through a double waved yellow marshalling sector must reduce speed significantly and be prepared to change direction or to stop. Now, that was a red flag, but even before the red flag, it was a double yellow, and he overtook a car and was at high speed. So
exactly.
Yeah, why isn't that a penalty?
If it wasn't for the fact that this is Holland, right, and you know, 40,000 here or something?
109,000.
140
tomorrow.
140 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 109,000, and as you can see by not adjusting the colour on your set, it's nearly all orange, right? I think he got a home let off there.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm glad in a way because of the fact that a penalty, I think, in practice sessions for things like that is wrong. If it's qualifying,
then yes, qualifying, but not.
If
not
that happened in qualifying, and possibly that's what they were thinking, and we're not supposed to think that it's because it's Max at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I'm sure Lewis would have. They would have been uproar if Lewis had at the British Grand Prix. Max has so many home Grand Prix, after all. There's
4, isn't it now?
There's two in Austria for Red Bull. He was born in Belgium but brought up in Holland. So, you know, he has the Belgian Grand Prix. This is his second home race running.
And he won the last one, admittedly not in great circumstances.
He won it tremendously. I mean, you know, Lando congratulated him on his race.
It was hard fought.
It was. And, you know... And Max's thank you began with F.
Beth in the chat as well saying, have I got this right? Russell replaces Bottas, who replaces Kimi. Gio booted, replaced by Schumacher. Guan Yu Zhou takes Russell's spot, and Haas drop in someone with experience yet, someone potential yet of Albon or Kvyat. Slightly right. The rumour is at the moment that it's Bottas replacing Raikkonen at Alfa Romeo alongside Mick Schumacher. At Mercedes, Russell will come in to partner Hamilton, and at Haas, it's going to be Mick Schumacher alongside Guan Yu Zhou, if Zhou would even get the title challenge.
Okay, good for me too.
So if you got going in at Williams?
At Williams going in, that is either going to be Nick De Vries or Alexander Albon. Because also coming in,
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Albon and De Vries that are coming in rather, and Zhou, I feel.
Yeah, not too soon for him.
There's a lot of pressure being put on by the certain manufacturer that demanded him there in the first place.
Yeah, the Alpines.
Getting the wrong driver. I mean, there's no wrong with Zhou, except he's not as good as two of his...
Theo Porcher, to begin with, I think deserves an F1 drive immediately. He's got the talent, the raw talent as well.
And if you're talking about Japanese drivers, there's one much better.
Which one?
The one in F2.
Name escapes me. Oh, that begins with an M. I know it begins with an M, and I can't remember the name of it. It's really bugging me now.
He lives in Sheffield.
Remember mode push,
Well, that helps. You have to say it, otherwise.
He lives in Sheffield and he works at Snetterton.
Well, that is Guan Yu Zhou, isn't it?
No,
I don't know. You're gonna have to say because I can't remember.
I can't remember his
Neither
name.
can I.
It's gone out of my mind.
Mata something or other. Matashita.
Not Matashita. He's good as well, but.
Well, while I find that one out, Beth,
You know,
Adam saying good morning, Josh and Ian, enjoying, have a great day. Have a great day too, Adam. I'll see you later on for
it
the
would be if
Grid
we could
Network.
remember the names of these people.
I'll see you later on for the Grid Network show. Beth saying, fire in the disco, fire in the Taco Bell, fire in the disco, fire in the rear of Vettel, danger, danger, high voltage.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
98% right there, yeah.
I've only just had my tablet.
You do realise that we actually can't keep saying that because we will get cancelled if you keep doing that.
Why? I'm an ill man.
Yes, but even so, there are rules and regulations we can't follow. We can't keep saying that. If I just find the correct thing here, hang on a second.
Oh, well, you know what they can do then.
Japanese driver.
Yeah, it is so.
Sato, well, Maria
It is
Sato.
so. No,
Maria
it
Sato.
is so.
Guan Yu
Sorry.
Zhou's the Chinese driver.
Jats Duen Verstappen.
Yeah.
You are right. It is so. It's
Schwartzman
just
is Russian. He's a great
at
one.
60 years old, you start to lose your memory a bit.
Robert Schwartzman coming in as well would be in the Ferrari category as
Oh,
well. Callum Ilott as well.
Yeah, but
replacing
Schwartzman's had his day,
Really?
right? Yeah, Schwartzman's had his day, right? If he's not on the radar of anybody, he's a reserve driver, but he's not on the radar. Nobody has mentioned his name at all in anything.
Hamilton back out there on the track. He, as well as Robert Kubica, desperately trying to catch up on lost practice time. Does a 1:12.010. Beth says as well, Nobuharu Matashita. Thank you. Could not remember that name for the life.
Do you know, I was...
okay, Robert, you can keep
I was
pushing.
amazed.
Tires, all good on our side, so keep pushing.
I was
pushing on the
amazed
tyres.
what was wrong with Lewis's car.
The kinetic systems as well.
No, that's what everybody thought. I thought that until this morning, and when the actual truth came out. It was an oil pressure problem caused by...
Banking?
No, it's an oil pressure problem caused by the oil pump.
Has that got something to do with the bankings, though, because the oil tank's unloaded?
Yeah, it could be.
Because you've got 3 bank turns here as well. That sort of will disrupt the system.
I know that there's not really anything you can do about that. There was 3 teams reported the cars bottoming out yesterday, and an explanation of why you said sometimes they slow out the pit lane, right, out the pit garage, because they can't physically, without catching their front wing, right, leave straight. They have to leave at an angle, so they have to be pushed out at an angle.
Like in Melbourne.
Yeah, and leave. Yeah, because the bit of there's a drain that goes just in front of where they change the wheels.
Yeah.
Right in front of the pit garage. There's a drain there, and then up to the things. It's a slope,
Right.
It's a slight slope. It's about a metre higher, which is quite a problem. And also, when they're coming into some of this banking area, right, the downforce is pushing them down, and as they go to the left, especially, right, the left front of the wing is touching the floor on a number of the cars. And what we had in F3 this morning is they were bottoming when you and this. Remember, these are the first race we've had here, first proper race, right? There was 3 problems. The first one was they were bottoming out on this bit here that you're seeing here.
Turn 14's banking.
Turn 14's banking.
Where we're seeing Ricciardo come down.
Another problem was, we saw this in practice yesterday, but twice, but it was happening quite a lot this morning, is that the corner with the gravel, right?
Turn 11 and 12, the Hunchback Chicane area.
Where you come down and you if you brake too late, you hit the white line, go onto the grass, and then they should have a banking curb on it, but they haven't. And, like a sleeping policeman type thing to make them avoid it. Because they're trying to push the cars to the limit, and they're coming down there, and then they're running off, and instead of hitting the wall, they're going off over this gravel thing, which is either capturing it in the radiators, and then as soon as they get on the track again, it's released onto the thing, or it's just spraying onto the track. And there was 2 or 3 cases yesterday, and 3 times in the race today.
Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. You're clear behind with traffic.
Sort of in between session 1 and 2.
Where they had to get the sweepers out.
How was turn 3 at feedback, please?
And the third thing...
Yeah, go on. That's it.
We can
and
try
the third thing
tighter
is...
off 2,
right,
and then try higher on the banking at 3. So tighter off 2 and then higher on the banking at 3. And a bit more full throttle if you can.
That's Mazepin, over to you.
There's the F3 drivers are apprentices, they're novices.
Yeah.
Right? And they won't try and take a line that they couldn't. And they were all taking one of the bankings really close, as if it didn't exist. Really close to the left-hand edge of the track.
We think we can go
right?
And
offset 0, offset -1, turn 1 and 3, and then go back to offset 0 after turn 3.
And then a number of the leaders were taking the second banking, right, as high as they possibly could.
Where is the second bank? I can't
Right?
remember now.
Now,
Turn 1, 3.
these are the best drivers in the world, aren't they?
Yes. Well,
In more
arguably,
powerful cars, they're going to try and overtake there.
Yeah, you said this morning. Yeah.
And undertake there, and the G-force will push them into each other.
I think you said earlier on, qualifying is going to be quite a nightmare. You said that in practice 1, didn't you? Like this period of turn 3.
There it is,
where
You're
Lando
taking a
is.
high line there and a low line on the other one. What's the point of that banking, right? The more powerful cars are going to try and overtake above on that banking that they're all taking on the inside of the track.
I thought yesterday when we saw this, the track actually looked wider than it did. You've come back today with a fresh pair of eyes and you've just refreshed a little. And it looks tiny now.
I know, I got them in a lucky bag this morning.
It does. It looks tiny now, doesn't it? And I'm actually worried. We've just seen the Formula 3 race, which was filled with accidents as well. 2 cars, as you say, running off down here.
There are too many cars in Formula 3 and in Formula 2.
Yeah.
And so you get a smaller track like this, and they're not only on top of each other, which is another thing we were saying yesterday, right? In qualifying and in the race, they're going to be on top of each other.
And that's going to be a problem
That's
as well.
going to ruin people's laps. You'll also get people slowed down, interfering with other people. I'm predicting a number of grid penalties tomorrow.
I'm thinking as well that with it being such a difficult track to overtake on as well, we could be seeing multiple accidents at the start. Look, Hamilton locking up on those gravel that you described in the Formula 3 race this morning as like rocks.
Yes, because they're too big.
It's a Bottas now at the garage as well, but yeah.
This track hasn't been used for these powerful cars for years, and it's often used for motorbikes.
Yeah, the motorbikes and the junior formulas, not even
Yeah.
Formula 3, like the
And
lower downs.
where the motorbikes like those
Yeah.
bigger bits of gravel
Slows them down a lot, doesn't
because
it?
it slows them down a lot, and it also means that they when they're bouncing across it, it's less friction
Like,
for them when they bounce.
yeah. That's why, you also see, like, I don't want to say with powerboat racing as well. They have their special high-vis
Oh,
vests.
don't,
that
Beth,
do-
you
that
like
just
you
spits the
like
water,
to
yeah.
what fire in the
Adam
tacho,
saying
fire in the disco, fire in the rear of Vettel,
That was
danger,
yesterday.
danger, high voltage.
That's-
No, she's put it there, look.
I know, sorry, yes, I know, no, I'm just saying that's about yesterday's
Yeah,
Vettel
but
accident. so. Adam also says, by the way, Holland is also home to two-time Indy 500 winner, Ari Ludwig. I hope I've got that right. Megan is going to have a go at me later if I've pronounced that right. Lewandijk, thank you.
Lewandijk.
And look at this.
You know, whenever I had Dutch customers, and I often did have Dutch customers living in a port like this, right? They what amazed me, and we used to get Dutch TV, so we realised why, is that English is the English that the Dutch speak is very, very brilliant, a lot better than most parts of England. You know, and it's brilliant, very brilliant. That's good English, isn't it?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'm going to get a text message from my cousin in a minute.
Just interesting enough about Zandvoort as well. Just looking. Oh, Kubica.
I suggest you practice a pushing lap. Pushing lap, you have nobody behind.
Well, Kubica, of course, as I said, coming back in as well. He's in the 88 car as well. 97 Grand Prix starts. 1 victory, 1 pole, 1 fastest lap, 12 podiums as well. First race was in Hungary 06. First win Canada 08. And last race before this was Abu Dhabi in 2019 as well. He has not raced in a long, long time. And he's straight out there as well, trying to get as much information as possible because he knows that this is going to be a tricky one this weekend. I have to take my shoes off as well because they're really hurting now.
They've got a lift in that house.
Go on. What?
On the Omaze.co.uk £1 million house draw. They've got a lift in it.
Oh, right, okay.
That would be so much easier for me.
Sterling Moss
on
had a lift.
On my all horrible little legs that we can't mention.
And of course, Sterling
Did
Moss.
you mute me just then?
No,
Or did you
mute
mute
myself.
yourself?
Sterling Moss had a lift in his house as well. Do you remember? He retrofitted it all in the 60s with modern technology and had it all done out exactly how he wanted it as well. And it worked out really well, actually. He did, however, his lift did actually fail once. And he shattered both of his ankles. Do you remember back in about 2011?
The girl from Downton Abbey's on the telly again.
Let's go through the timings at the moment then, because Megan will be happy with this one. It's Fernando Alonso, fastest on a 1:11.996, but Lewis Hamilton crosses the line now and goes fastest, 1:11.964, 2,000ths quicker than Alonso out there at the moment. No, now the time screens have updated. Hamilton is now 0.032 quicker. So the timing monitor is having a balmy because yesterday it said that Alice Powell did the W Series fastest lap with a 1:08 as well. It missed out the second sector because a 1:08 in the W Series car is impossible. They're all doing 1:31s.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
we could barely manage.
We had that. We had that in MotoGP in Moto2. Where all of a sudden a lad was in the lead of the race according to the transponder and things like that.
But it wasn't.
And it's
that case,
because when they looked at his lap, right, he could have crossed one of the things and missed out a whole corner.
Do you reckon Simon's got a death wish standing on a live racetrack? Yeah, that's obviously an advert.
That was done before.
That was on Thursday actually. I recognise the clothes.
I know. Simon's started getting gel in his hair a lot more.
Well, he's also
I think it's
dyed
jelly
it.
good.
He's also
I
dyed
think it's
it.
jelly good.
Yeah.
Jelly good.
He's also dyed it because he was ginger. Now he's blonde.
Shush.
Well, he was ginger. Now he's blonde.
Well, as he points out, Natalie
Anything to
dyes
help
hairs and
Fernando
Rachel
rotations
dyes
tonight.
hers and
Stand by.
Martin dyes his.
Opportunity, focus, turn 10 exit. It's a strong tailwind there, and we'll look at the under rotations now.
I don't, by
What?
the way.
What?
And we suggest
right, yeah.
left-hand toggle for turn 9.
Left-hand toggle, turn 9 then, as Perez goes slightly off the track. Dash has had to point out that he doesn't die his here.
Yeah, and also, you know, the strange thing is, if I put my head down, right, now you can see I've still got hair, but on the camera it looks like I'm bald.
Yeah, that's actually...
I've always been like that.
That is a strange situation
It
there.
is a strange situation, because look, there is hair there.
Yes.
Lots of it.
You're not bald.
I think your camera just makes me look older than I am.
Well, put your headset on because they can't hear you. The mic's not that great. Go on. Alonso back to the top, 1:11.705 for clear second, 1:11.768, and Norris third, 1:11.9.
Oh, it's an Australian thing,
What, sorry?
right? Beth says I was 98% right then, right? Isn't Beth a woman? Right?
Yes.
Your mother says women are 100% right. Has your mother been telling me a lie there?
Probably just to make life a bit easier. To be fair, who would ever disagree with you?
She does. For 38 years. And she's only 49.
Everybody. In case you can't realise that's what I'm mouthing. That's why I like having the mic on the other side at the moment. Because they can see what I can't. Talking about Lewis Hamilton as well. No, sorry, Fernando Alonso.
I want to know where Ribison is. I miss Ribison. I used to like Ribison's comments.
I don't know. I can't control who views this and who does it. Talking about, and off the track and hits the DRS board as well. Sebastian Vettel going wide at the exit of turn 10. I did say in my track guides as well.
Good lap there. Puts you P1
Zandvoort.
at the moment. Just a tenth quicker than Leclerc behind.
That's Vettel going on for turn 10, and I did say it's a hairpin left-hander, and it has bad overspeed at the exit as well. You have a handle of an oversteer correction, and that's exactly what happened to Sebastian Vettel. Got round Alonso as well, coming to the braking zone at 10, turns in, gets on the pat at the exit, controls the oversteer, the rear slides out, and then all four tyres lock up and it's straight into the gravel. Looking not to hit the wall at the exit there, Sebastian Vettel. As if we take a look at Vettel's results here as well, which are somewhere on my monitor here. Sebastian Vettel raced in the Masters of Formula 3 race here in 2005 and 2006. He finished 11th in 05 and 6th in 06 as well. But for Fernando Alonso, he did some sim racing in 2020, but this is his first ever appearance at Zandvoort across all categories. And at the moment as well, he is fastest on the 1:11.705.
Whoever actually wins here is going to go down with a lot of, famous people.
Yeah.
James won here.
Hunt, yeah, 75 and 76. And 75. First ever Grand Prix winner
75
here.
and 76. Right. Nicky Lauda won here. Mario Andretti. Alan Jones, he won here.
When was that? 1979?
1979. Alan Jones wins in the Williams.
Just try to have a look and see if he came
I wonder if a
top.
Williams might win this weekend.
What, either George, if it's rained out again and Russell gets it? Possibly, but I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. You go back 2 Grand Prix ago, and
they were quick and hungry, yeah.
And the other one was doing better than George.
Yeah, the Tiffy was...
That's him.
Yeah, the Tiffy did fantastic well, actually. So, possibility of
Rennie
more
Arnoux,
points.
Didier Pironi. Does Pironi's son still work for, not Williams, for McLaren?
Presume so, yeah.
Yeah.
You're the Pironi.
One of the twins.
Oh, we got a yellow. Someone's off the track.
He's an
and
engineer.
Oh, I think it's Sainz. Sainz is off in sector 4. So sector 2, yeah. Look, Sainz has stopped on the track. I think Sainz has hit the wall. Exit turn 2 before the banking. And it's a red flag. It's a red flag. So Sainz must... Oh, it's a big one into the banking at turn 3. Sainz has knocked off the front suspension as well. The nose cone's gone. Looks like he's gone in...
Is that Sainz?
Yeah, so it looks like he's locked up, gone in sideways and bounced back around.
It's just the number looked a bit like Leclerc.
Let's listen.
It is still Sainz.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
I do. It's obvious, but look at...
Yeah.
If you look at the marks on the ground, you can see what's happened.
He's gone on the
He's
pad,
gone in
exit
too
2,
fast,
yeah.
and he's braked as hard as he could. He's done exactly what we was talking about the F3 guys doing yesterday and today.
I put it here in my
I'm
notes.
getting back to me reading.
I put it here in my notes, and I'll show you as well. Turn 2.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just have no idea what happened.
So look, I'll put it here, look. This is my track notes for Zandvoort as well, with all the corner speeds, because I haven't been able to put them on the map yet. So look, turn 2, 6th gear, 130 miles an hour, blind, small, small slash if no runoff. So small slash if no runoff, and as highlighted there, crash zone.
Oh, German touring cars, DTM, they race down here.
So let's take a look what happens. Turns into turn 2, gets on the power. The car spins towards the right of the barrier as well, hits the wall and bounces 90 degrees round. So exit turn 2, gets on the power. The rear steps out towards the wall and hits the wall backwards.
Well, I've finished my reading.
Nice.
Yeah.
But look, Megan did this.
Don't tell your mother.
Megan did this as well, actually. And that's a big rebuild job. So that's suspension done as well, front and rear. New front wing,
red flag,
rear wing.
red flag.
Yeah, I marked down just before the line.
That's okay.
Because it hit the safer barrier.
John in box. Sainz is stopped in
So
turn
he did
3.
go in backwards,
Is in the wall.
So he did go in backwards rather
Yes.
than front.
Has he? Hang on. Has he connected a microphone? Did you see like a microphone connected to the front there?
Yeah, he's probably one of the. Well, they don't usually have them on the side of the.
That's what I was just thinking. I swear I saw like
Let's have a look at that again.
I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Sky's coverage quickly. Is he? No micro. Oh, actually, look at the inside of the suspension. Looks something grey there.
Yeah.
Has it connected with the wall? I'm probably not going to get to this quick enough. Actually,
It's probably the wall is actually grey on the on the other side of the advertising.
Look at this.
I'm
Watch.
scared.
It's look. Has it connected with the microphone? Look.
I'm not sure.
Something's in the inside.
Something grey there, isn't there?
Looks like a mic. It is a mic. It's a boom mic.
Yeah, but how can are they like? No, hang on.
Has it come from a crane?
No, it's. There was go back a bit.
I can't.
You can't go back a bit. There was
There.
a bit at the other side. There was a bit near the barrier. I think it's a part of the barrier.
Well, I'm trying to have a look and see the pit lane channel.
I think it's the advertising hoarding off the barrier. Here,
Yes,
it's a
it's
bit.
an
It's a bit
O,
of the.
right.
It's been part of the O. Has been obviously the other side of it is not green. It's grey.
Yeah.
It's been
Down there now.
It's been torn up.
Yeah, so as we just saw from race control, let's take another look at it then and see what happens as it comes through the braking zone. Just loses it, locks up, hits the wall.
Cousin
Absolutely
Liz
nothing you could
says
do.
we should speak more English and not slang.
Are you having a problem with your hearing today? Because I am.
What?
In terms of the ears. I
Yeah,
can't-
every time your mother's spoken to me today, I've not heard her.
Oh, Stroll.
Head of the pit box.
Okay, so has Sainz collected... Well, I think you're right. He's ripped off part of the O. Yes, look, it's wrapped
Yeah.
around the suspension, so it's not a boom mic.
It's and also
Fluffy, though.
As I said in the first place, although I didn't realise he'd spun round. If you look at the marks on the floor, but I think those marks on the floor are from that lad yesterday in F3.
Oh, who came over the gravel? Yeah.
Yeah, and they went straight in.
Yeah. So the suspension floor might be damaged as well. Actually, that's a big rebuild job for the floor. Yeah, floor's cracked. Look at the back, and so that's front suspension, rear suspension, floor change. The rear wing's cracked as well. That's a big
Pit lane
rejob.
start for Sainz.
To be honest with you,
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
having said that, look at how Red Bull did 3 hours work in at last Grand Prix
for in an hour.
in an
yeah.
hour. You know,
If Red Bull can get back
if you get
down
all both sides of the garage working on things, they're pretty good at that nowadays.
I think they should be okay.
I mean, wasn't it Haas who replaced an engine in an hour and 10?
yeah, Mazepin's wasn't it when he crashed
Yeah.
in Emilia-Romagna into the pit wall? He crashed twice that session, caused both red flags. So Alonso's top from Leclerc, Perez, Norris as well from Sainz P5 with 35 minutes of the session to go. And this red flag, again, disrupted. Red flag in every single session so far. Adam says as well, no rain tomorrow. Sunny day in Holland. That's fantastic because we were hoping not to have rain. It was on the radar. And Beth saying as well, Colonel Robert Hogan with the big exclamation marks. I'm not sure why, but you?
The only Colonel Hogan I knew was in Hogan's Heroes, which is set in the war as Allied airmen, and that's in a Stalag 13.
It must be that then.
You know.
Yeah.
I know nothing. That was ever so funny.
So Ralph
Because
Schumacher's
she watches a lot of these. Just Google Colonel Robert. Are we right? Is it the Colonel Robert Hogan from Hogan's Heroes? The French lad killed the Canadian lad in that show in real life.
What?
Yeah. He murdered him.
Okay.
From what we believe.
Oh, well, it's important to add that bit then.
Yeah, well.
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Well, the actor who played him was Bob Crane.
Yeah, Bobby Crane, yeah. Great actor.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, Colonel Robert Hogan. Colonel Robert Hogan is a fictional character who is the senior POW officer of Stalag 13. I know nothing. They were up to all sorts. It was like Top Cat, but with people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's a lot of H's on this track as well, just looking around as well. Tarzan, then you've got the Glurkenbusch, and then you're going into the Hugen Holzbox.
The Glurkenbusch? Is that like the program that you were watching when you came in last night?
No, and for illegal reasons, do not say that name. Going forward as well. Then it's up the hill towards the Hugenrush, and then the Rob Sleutenmacher.
What, Gogglebox?
Yeah, fine. Nicely done. And then these switch around the back of the hill at turns 7 and 8 as well. The Skletchenvac before you come into the Masters corner. Then into Bosch 9 and Bosch 10.
Suzuki Swifts are not as big as that. You've got smaller people doing that advert to make them look bigger.
2 seconds, Vettel.
Check the seat on the left-hand side, upper side. There's one of these rescue belts that came loose in turn 9, and then for sure didn't help, but was also a bit caught out by the tailwind in 10.
So Vettel's had a boot come loose.
Yeah,
belt come loose.
Alex Blundell was talking about that this morning, right? The tailwind in one of the sectors is catching a lot of people out.
And rightly so as well. We've had that
coming in
tailwind,
off the sea.
Yeah.
And
it's right next door. Behind the main grandstand is the beach.
One of the nice things, as Alex pointed out, is that the amount of flags around this circuit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You can actually tell the direction of the wind very easily by just looking up.
There is a lot of flags around the track as well. Getting back to it as well, after the Bosch 10 corner where Vettel went off earlier on, you come down into the Hans Urs Bosch chicane. Then you go round as well into the Kumho corners as well at turn 11. And then the last corner as well, the Ari Lukenhochsbotch corner as well. As you hear the radio now from Vettel, we heard just a few moments ago.
Carlos Sainz there coming back into his pit garage, and all his engineers and mechanics go patting him and saying, no, it's okay, things like that. And as soon as he's gone, they're going...
Yeah. I wanted a lunch break today, and you've just I can't have one thanks to you. All those blah blah blah. Everyone out there on the medias at the moment, but Hamilton is out there on softs and Schumacher is out there on softs as well. Adam saying as well, one cool actor in Hogan's Heroes was Richard Dawson, went on to host the game show Family Feud in the USA. Session will restart at 12:31 at the moment.
Sometimes in an afternoon.
Yeah.
Right. I'll turn. Is it CBS on? And
sorry, say that again.
I'll turn CBS on and watch The Price is Right. Come on down.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the commentary box.
So.
Commentary box at the moment as well. I'm not looking great.
2 world champions and Crofty.
Yeah. With rubbish headsets.
And we're talking about dyeing our hair, right? Nico looks like his hair's yellow in that picture.
Presumably it's the light coming above it as well. Can't think of any other reason. Green flag. I think, no. Yes? No? Not sure. Session will restart at 31, and it's not yet 31. So is it still red flag? Not too sure. They keep mucking everything up recently as well on the monitor.
Oh my. Ben.
They're my glasses, mine. Go Max at the moment. Are they sun loungers? They are. Well, if you're at the beach at Zandvoort and wondering where everyone's gone with their sun loungers, they've done a Go Max banner out there as well. Session will restart now.
There's a little kid there going, "Hey, Nick, my sun danger.
There's a 33 down there as well, actually.
Oh,
So that's all there. Are we green? Are we not green? What the earth is going out there on the track? Cars are being held at the exit of the pit lane, so we're not green at the moment either.
Buy the kid a bagel.
No, waffles.
Natalie had this great big bagel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And the green light is on, and we are underway once again here for third practice. And the cars head out to the track as well. Admittedly, Robert Kubica, the second down the track. The two Williams is going out there as well. Russell having to take avoiding action as his teammate for next year, Lewis Hamilton, is not leaving him any room. Mazepin and Schumacher go out right towards the back as well. As the
I'll tell you what
restarts.
they do sell here.
What?
Right, and this is absolutely true. Trust Natalie to have this. Right. She had a French stick hot dog.
Yeah.
With a Bratwurst. Do you know a long German sausage?
Yeah.
Right.
Knockwurst
type. Yeah, but not that as big as that.
Yeah.
But a long sausage, like a fish shop sausage, but not battered.
Right.
Right. In a French short bagel, not bagel.
I heard
whatever they're called.
I heard she bit into it and then found the fallen Madonna. That's the low. Yeah. Cars are backing out there now at the circuit as well. Cars now back out. Driver track is working. Latifi, Kubica, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Vettel, Russell, Hamilton all bunched up together as well, actually, those three. Then Stroll, Bottas, Tsunoda, Mazepin and Schumacher out there as well. Everybody else remains in the pit lane of Alonso, Leclerc, Norris, Sainz and Giovinazzi. Well, Sainz won't be coming out for the remainder of the session.
I heard...
What's Vettel done again? Sorry.
I heard that she looked at the sausage, the size of the sausage, and said, Simon...
Oh!
And I
Vettel...
wondered how much he'd paid her.
Sorry, Vettel had massive oscillation on the front left wheel, and it almost broke the suspension, and he almost got sent to the wall at the
Let's
top.
have a look at that again, please.
Yeah, we were in the wrong angle. Okay, let's take a look at it on the
Get rid
here.
of Christian for the moment. Bye, Christian.
Okay, take a look on the PLC if we'll see it again in a second, because it was a very strange accident. We are going to see it again.
Yeah, that's Tsunoda, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll see. They'll see the replay. Here we go. So
It's Sebastian.
Watch Vettel. Watch the left-hand side of the car as well. Coming up to the bank here at turn 3, turns in, and look at the retardation of energy. Look, it bounced the wheel, almost breaks the suspension.
Yeah, it's
it's a tricky one to do.
Do you know what that is? That is as it's pressing down like that and it's turning. The oscillation is turning, all of a sudden goes a different way.
Yeah.
And it causes a wave effect on the tyre. Yeah. Nothing you can do about it.
Is that going to be a problem in the race then with bankings?
I would think, but I would think he hasn't got his tyres up to temperature and they're not quite as high as they should be there. I reckon Pirelli would be looking at that and going, whoa, let's have a look at that.
Well, in terms of
check that temperature on the readouts.
Got him here, look. The maximum front pressure for slicks. The front is 22 psi, the rear is 21 psi as well. And in terms of what tire was he on?
Because what you risk there is the inner
mediums.
The outer rim of before on the bottom of the wall of the tire has got a very strong, like, steel grip that grips on. Right?
Minus...
And when it oscillates like that, you do have a problem that it is possible for it to pull that and suddenly deflate the tyre. We had that in F3.
We did, this morning. -3 camber limit as well, they're being told. So let's take a look. I'll show you that as we take a look at the lap recap. That's just Verstappen, look. So the lap, there's the minimum pressures. If the camera would focus, it probably won't, really annoyingly, because we need a better HD camera than this. But there you go. I'll send that into the... I'll put that actually on my Instagram later. As well. 25 minutes to go of the session. Many cars now out on the track as well. Alonso's down to 4th as it's Bottas now top on a 1:11.217 from Verstappen 2nd and Gasly's 3rd with the fastest 3rd sector of all. So AlphaTauri looking quick.
And what we've learned about Beth is that she loves old comedy.
She would have probably got that for the Madonna joke then.
Yeah. Because she instantly knew who Ronnie Corbett was in Sorry, and she was mentioning a few other things. She mentioned, was it Alf the other week?
Yes. Beth would have also had the Australian version, of course, of Are You Being Served?
Yeah.
With only Mr. Humphries. And everyone else changed.
Yeah, there was quite
character.
a few British series that had an Australian version, including
Yeah.
Tony Hancock.
Doctor Who had an Australian version with a different theme. It was the same show, but they had an Australian
I've seen
theme.
the Australian version of K9.
Yeah, that's weird. That is a weird show.
I
that
thought
one.
it was quite a good show.
It was all right, but it's not canon, so we don't know where the hell it falls in terms of anything. I don't know. But it was.
He's
it was
a
good fun.
Whovian.
Everybody
Aren't
is.
you?
Everybody is in this house, as far as I know.
I can take it or leave it.
No.
I can.
Oh please! We were out once, and you watched this. You watched the final.
Final of what?
The one with the Cybermen.
Oh.
When we went there as well. Dude in the blue suit gets it as well. Going on there as well. Mrs. Slocum already out there. Don't know if we can actually say that in the context of
Yeah, she
double
actually
entendre.
spent a lot of time up in Leeds doing stuff for Yorkshire TV.
Molly Sugden.
Molly did,
Yeah.
yeah. And she's, I think Molly came from around that area.
Round about there, yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant lady. Not only are you being served, but there's, she was in lots of stuff.
Adam's saying as well that I Being Served is one of my favourite British comedies. Always makes me laugh, and does us as well, every time. As Verstappen goes 5/10 quicker than Bottas now and does a 1:10.702. Great job there as well. Oh, Beth, that's cruel. Beth timed out dude in the blue suit there for that comment. That's cruel, Beth. That's cruel.
What does she mean by timed out?
Beth is timed out.
She's deleted the message.
Well, I can put it back in as well, but she hid the message and she timed him out. Beth, it's a joke. Either that or she just really didn't like the Mrs. Slocum joke.
It didn't help that Mrs. Slocum's hair, which was always purple,
Oh, it always changed colours, yeah.
and looked like she'd got a cat in her hair.
In the cat hair, yeah. Tiddles, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
hair
thinking,
Tiddles.
Yeah, Tiddles.
I believe
yeah.
it was Tiddles. Yeah.
Well, there was numerous cats as
You
well.
wouldn't. This house has such a collection of British comedy, American comedy, and British radio commentary.
Loads.
Comedy.
That's
I
you.
have, yeah. I also have over 300 editions of Top of the Pops.
Oh, right. Beth saying, oh, I'm sorry, I accidentally deleted dude's message by accident, can't get it back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We can still see it. Look on the chat in the comms. That's all right.
Yeah. I've got over 300 editions of Top of the Pops with everything from quite classic.
Sorry, dude. Go on.
Classic appearances on Top of the Pops.
You've got loads of Top of the Pops as well.
Yeah, over 300.
I did like also how they edited out certain shows so that the music acts were still there, and they were put like into a classic things, weren't they? For other shows that for people who no longer allowed on television for very understandable reasons, they edited them
out and put them
into others.
Yeah, there was quite a few acts, a bit like Gary Glitter and people like that.
They got edited
who
out.
got edited out, and sometimes if there was 2 or 3 in a show that weren't allowed now to be shown because Operation Uchi, you would actually instead of showing a 10-minute show, you would add them together, and BBC4 would put them out as a classic hits.
All the other acts, all the other acts who were
so
in
that
that show.
the other acts in the show didn't
Miss
suffer
out.
as well.
Yeah.
With because it's very nice if you turn around and put BBC4 on and say, "Look, that was me, the one on the left with the long hair and the jeans. That's me, kids."
I wonder if they edited some of the crowd shots in as well, and they just muted the track and put the other music over it.
I'll always remember Paul Heaton talking about, the girl. What's the last girl called in Beautiful South?
Yeah.
Right. And her kids. He'd gone to see her, and he was sat with the kids.
Sorry.
And something came on the telly from the Beautiful South. And she said, and she was asked, "What did you do, Mum? How did you know Paul and the rest of them?" And she sang on 3/4 of their hits.
Yeah.
and her kids had no idea. And you know, I know comedians, comic actors that
Who had no idea about it all.
the kids have no idea that they do these things. You know.
Alonso's gone top, 1:10.670, so he's a lot faster than Verstappen by 0.032. Saw that again earlier on. What was the time we had yesterday, if I can get it on my page here? 1:10.902. So Alonso is quicker than Leclerc yesterday in practice 2. So practice 3.
Leclerc.
So practice 3 is the fastest time.
Alpine there?
Beth's really apologetic here as well. Sorry, dude, then sorry, do it again. Don't worry. And there's the executive director of Alpine as well, standing by.
Another
the
one
garage.
that gels his hair.
Yeah, I was going to say shiny head, but all right. Drivers
Your
out
brother,
on the track.
your brother gels, waxes his hair.
Wax, not gel, completely different.
Yeah, I know.
Kellyanne fritzes her hair, doesn't she, with that stuff? Can't remember what it's called now. Mousse.
There's a mousse loose about this hoose.
Megan does absolutely nothing to her hair as well. That's the thing.
Well, she's
Neither
it's
do I, to
like
be
a
fair.
mane.
Yeah.
When she's just washed it, it's so curly and so nice, and it just hangs there either side, and she looks like a lion.
We put curls in it 10 years ago, and they've stayed there. They just permanently stayed there. I don't know how the hell's that happened, but it's
She was
obviously
ever
the
so
same.
cute little kid, honestly. Everyone.
Well, they've
She
seen
was-
on the birthday thing.
Yeah, she was really a cute little kid. Everybody used to look at her and go, ah.
Devil child. 1:11.180 then for Ocon goes into P4. Is this on in the front room?
I don't know.
I'm very worried about Megan there. She'll come in and have a go at me for qualifying. Adam says as well, Keeping Up Appearances is another of my favourite British comedies. The Adventures of Hyacinth's Hyacinth's Bucket, but she was crazy, yeah. It's Bouquet, Bucket, Bouquet. Let's hear from Alonso quickly. So, Ocon.
I think I had a deployment problem in 7.
Okay, understood. We'll have a look.
Sorry, Dean Boosie's come back saying, I'm back now. My time has finished. We're no longer quote British comedy.
Do you know, one of the things, one of the stupid bits of information, we've got an
Oh,
off
it's
there
Lando.
from Lando.
Down at turn 9. And
He's
that's
back
80
on.
miles an hour as
That's-
well.
That's exactly where we say
Oh,
about
gravel.
the gravel. There it goes, all over the track again.
That'll probably be a red flag.
The guys with the sweepers are saying, "Can we go to a different corner? Because we're having us out." This is, yeah, Keeping Up Appearances. The cars on that, they usually hire from a certain thing, but they went to a garage in Lincoln and bought all 3.
Yeah.
So the continuity on that series
Oh, that was
was
weird.
because they, like EastEnders,
Yeah.
they bought their own cars.
So it was always the same,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
always the same cars. And the Cortina was brilliant because they had to swap a wing. They swapped a door. They went to the scrapyard, got different colour ones, swapped a door, swapped a wing on it, and then they actually rigged up underneath the back of the
backfire,
car,
yeah.
and on next to the exhaust pipe, something that would imitate a backfire.
Wasn't it actually the most reliable car? Because the one that Hyacinth originally has always broke down a lot, the Rover.
Oh no, the Rover was fine. The Rover was fine. It had only got about 4,000 or 5,000 miles on the clock. It's just it was always on a trailer. The Rover, it didn't do many miles and things like that. Whereas the
That was it,
Cortina,
yeah.
because of the
Had to backfire,
had to backfire. Was often seen on the outside screen. As the same with the little mini Metro that four-door mini Metro that Thingy had.
Russell jumps up to P6, hitting a Williams on a 1:11.274. Williams seem to be back for contention of things these days. That is brilliant. Alonso's top at the moment. Beth said as well, dude, sorry again, I have a really funny joke about how Mr. Humphries advertises his hourly rate that I was saving for you. That was it, by the way. Don't worry. The jokes will ride up with work.
What people didn't realise, and I've heard it from the show's
That's okay.
writers and things like that,
Yeah.
is that Mr. Humphries wasn't gay.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the actor might have been,
Yeah,
but
the character wasn't.
The character
Yeah.
was a mummy's boy.
Yeah.
A mummy's boy that was easily led and had a weird fashion sense.
Yeah.
Right? In that show,
You tried to say something here.
He indicates these things.
Hang on, weird fashion sense. I could sense that comment coming from the back of your head here with the shirt.
Well, that your fashion sense is a problem because it came from a Mr.
Eddie Jordan. Ricardo crosses the line, goes to P4 as well, so that'll make Beth happy as well.
He bought Paul Di Resta's young daughter a kimono. Do you remember in Japan?
Yes, yeah.
And
the brakes are
so
cold.
Kimonos are always brightly coloured and things like that. I thought, he's turning his granddaughter already into weird styles of clothing already, and she's only 18 months old.
Yeah. Already looking okay.
If people don't realise, right, Paul Di Resta's wife is actually Eddie Jordan's daughter, isn't she?
Mm.
Yeah. He's married to the one that's a fashion
There's so many
designer.
of them, I can't work out.
You know, his daughter that's a fashion designer.
Oh, God, you're actually right. Laura Jordan.
Laura Jordan, yeah. Of course I'm right. Unless your mother's asking. And then I'm wrong. Because I'm always wrong. I'll read my book.
Sorry, I'm just trying to have a quick look here as well.
And I'm reading my book. So,
well, of course,
Alonso.
Well, sorry, just to go. Yeah, Dario. Paul Di Resta is also related to Dario and Marino Franchitti as well.
I say that 3 or 4 times, right? And their grandparents live near Monza.
Yeah.
Right, and they've got this magnificent family villa, a bit like Gino DiCaprio, you know, the lad from Sheffield.
Yes, the Sheffield.
The Sheffield lad. Well, he was brought up on where was it? Hamilton Street in Sheffield, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right, but he puts on this accent. Do you know he puts his little boy in the cupboard under the stairs like I used to you?
That's not true.
Yeah, but you had a light. Admittedly, it went off when you closed the door, but then again, it's a bit like a fridge. Oh, we haven't talked to your mother about the fridge needing a new seal.
She knows. As they come across the line then as
she
well.
She said something about if you get that, is that a seal bar?
Yes. Well, it's a wrapper from the Mans that's still here.
Well, yeah, because you never...
Well, to be fair, this was...
There's bottles down here from the Le Mans 2 years ago.
That's not true. They're Megan's anyway.
I don't even think they're orangeade.
No, it's Fanta and Lilt and a bottle of Coke, and it's the ones that Megan brings in. You see her yourself. Megan, as Hamilton goes P2 on a 1:10.417, Bottas is top 1:10.179, so that displaces Alonso.
We thought Alonso would do well because of the banking. You know, he's got a lot of expertise from ovals. And the gloves go on, so...
Marigolds.
Yeah.
At Mercedes.
At Mercedes, so what is going wrong? And obviously nothing with the 2 cars. They're fastest in P3.
Just probably a little test. So these bottles that down here as well. You see Megan come into the commentary box, and every time she's here, she just drinks out of whatever Coke bottle or Lilt or Fanta bottles left. So all these bottles down here, I get blamed for them. They're Megan's. I've got these.
Beth has detracted a message of her own now.
I'm not sure what it was, but let's have a look. Adam says as well, Mr. Humphrey's famous line, "Are you free?" He was crazy as well. I'm free. Yeah, I think you can say that.
Are you free, Mr. Lucas?
That's
I don't
Granger.
know. I don't know, but I'll tell you this. After this, I'm gonna, become a bank manager in Yorkshire on Last of the Summer Wine because I can't stand this. He always gets the customers.
Yeah, I remember.
Mr.
The dude in the booth said, it's going to head off. We'll be back for quali. See you later on.
He wasn't the only one, actually, because obviously Captain Peacock went into Last of the Summer Wine as well.
Holland's about to go into raptures. Verstappen goes top. Can you hear the cheer from the Dutch fans?
No.
So, Rosberg was talking because he didn't shut up. But look at that. Max Verstappen is fastest on all
in the background.
All 3 sectors. Max Verstappen is fastest here at the Dutch Grand Prix, a 109.623. And he is top dog in FP3, as he always is at some point in the race weekend as well. Great stuff.
Do you think he's motivated?
I don't know, but if the Tifosi next weekend in Italy are this powerful, I can't wait to see what Ferrari going to do.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I know you're all looking forward to Monza and things like that.
And let's have from...
I guess last sector won't get any better than that in terms of a toe.
He must have heard the cheers.
But the Tifosi are a bit subdued and a bit upset at the moment because
Why?
of the fact that the greatest hero in the history of Italy has retired.
Who?
Valentino Rossi.
Oh, Rossi, yeah. Well, Rossi's more Mazzano as Perez goes forward.
I always
1:10.56.
remember when Rossi was in a race about 3 or 4 years ago in Italy, and he went out. You know,
Engine failure. Yeah,
engine
remember.
failure, and 30,000 people left the stadium.
And missed one of the closest finishes in all time.
Yeah.
When
But that's
Lorenzo
the
won.
pull that's
Yeah.
the pull of Rossi,
Was it? I can't
and he's
remember,
done
yeah.
more than anybody to make MotoGP what it is. I am worried about the viewing figures for MotoGP
Yeah.
when Rossi actually leaves, because although we've got two good drivers, they're not exactly they don't have the pull that Valentino
Yeah.
has.
Beth just said, anyone new here, there's at least a 60-second delay between when we post comments and when they pop up via Magic at Birch HQ. This is why I'm often not as funny as I was at the time. I think it was because we were on top chat, not live chat. So I've changed it to live chat. So Beth, if you send a message now, and then you can time and see how long it was, now that we've changed it. So I don't know if that was the problem, but we'll keep an eye out then and see what's going on. Maybe that's what she was sending as well. Leclerc coming out of the last corner now, firing towards the line.
Timing is everything.
Yes?
Timing in comedy is everything.
I'm aware. What's going on at the bottom of that monitor there under the Mazepin name?
It's spinning round.
Silvio Berlusconi, Beth says as well.
Silvio Berlusconi, you know, he promoted, he made Rai a second-class thing. He made, his satellite companies were great. He brought us Tutti Frutti. I would look it up, Beth, if you think the best game show Europe ever had.
Silvio Berlusconi, the Italian Prime Minister.
Yeah. He ran the satellite, his own
Oh, right.
satellite TV company, and they brought us Tutti Frutti.
I love how...
which was a game show hosted by Titiana, was the female host, which gives you an idea of what type of show it was.
Yes. How much of a...
Ching, ching, ching,
How long of a delay was that then, Beth, between when you sent the comments as well, just so that we can get it understood? But yeah, Silvio Berlusconi actually passed a law, didn't he, where over 70s couldn't go to prison because he was going to prison.
Yeah.
So he was under house arrest.
He
now.
liked young girls, apparently, from what the Italian press printed at the time.
One of his quotes that we can't mention
I don't know
as
him,
well.
so I can't actually say that. But
one of his quotes was, what was it? Mexico was one of his favourite destination holiday spots as well.
yeah, in Thailand.
And Thailand.
Rumour has it,
Yeah. Because we don't actually know anything for sure.
I'm
Because they
beginning
kept
to
it very
sound like Neil
hush-hush.
here, aren't I?
Hodgson, yeah. I was wondering when you're going to go Neil Hodgson's route. As 6 minutes to go in this session as well before the end of the session. Beth then saying bunga bunga as well. The underwater activity as well. How the hell can you hold your breath? I mean, it's a bit ridiculous.
Easy, you just go.
Okay, and you're holding your breath. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm actually wondering, do they have like oxygen tanks or something like that? He's over 70, wasn't he, as well? He must have something to.
Talking
hold
of
his
comedy,
breath.
an American comedy, like we were earlier.
Yes.
Right? So
And off goes Schumacher.
you
11 and 12.
You lot bought me for Christmas one of the series of soap. Hey, guess what?
Hang on. So Schumacher off the track, bringing on all that gravel as well, down 11 and 12. And that's what we saw a lot of the Formula 3 race this morning as well. And because it's slightly banked 10-11, not as highly banked as the other three corners, but it does sit on the racing line. So he comes in, locks the rears as well, goes straight on. Nothing he can do about it as he turns in as well and just runs over the curb and kicks off all the gravel.
Which is that is the very curb I was talking about. The very gravel runoff that,
So from Schumacher?
Massive tailwind there.
Massive tailwind.
Now, if that wasn't a flat edging there,
Yeah.
and you put a thing, they would never try and take that corner that fast.
No.
Right? If it was a small sleeping policeman there that is going to damage your under tray, right, they would never do that. The fact that it isn't is the reason that. But that is to do with the fact that that corner is also used in superbikes.
Yeah, the superbikes, yeah, as a slow stopper sweeping round.
Yeah.
Although the problem is, now that they've got a banking as well, they don't want to run here.
No.
Because it's very dangerous, yeah.
When you take a corner, you lean over and you,
you can run on bankings as well.
Yeah,
Indianapolis
but
used to have it.
You feel the force on you on your knee support.
Indianapolis used to have a 250 race with motorcycles. I hope I'm right there. Adam would usually correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But I swear,
I love it.
It was the Indy 250.
The knee pads
Yeah.
come on and off using a screwdriver.
Stabbing
It's
your
all
leg.
this development in Formula One
Yeah.
and in MotoGP and superbikes and things like that. And what do you get? How do you get the knee pads off?
Big screwdriver just banging into your leg as well. I'm surprised Toy Lorenzo, when he was angry once...
Stabbed himself.
Stabbed himself, didn't he? Yeah. He was angry and he missed and he stabbed his top of his leg. And because of the no-needle policy, couldn't have a tetanus shot. Because it was a screwdriver. So, yeah, it was unbelievable, the amount of things that are there.
So other than the usual candidates in
To
the
be
top
fair-
four,
To be fair, sorry.
Alonso's doing really well.
Yeah.
And Stroll's doing quite well. The two Astons are done quite well in P3. The two
Leclerc's off now at the same part of the track, but he's
Yeah.
found the exit curb.
the two Ferraris have found their limit in this section,
9 and 10.
whereas they were doing
yeah.
quite well yesterday. He's looking really perplexed.
Yeah, what's happening to them as
I
well?
don't understand. Yesterday they took that corner and they really did things. That
He's
was
here
Gino
this week.
DiCaprio.
I was going to say, I thought because let's have a look at actually what happened to Leclerc once again. Then coming down, he had lots of cars on the racing line, just locked up and went straight on. But he took the exit curb as well. That's quite narrow actually. That reminds me a lot of Mexico City's runoff down at the Alfonso Stadium.
Did you know?
And
did you know?
Beth's come in saying as well, it always happens. I think it's how comments usually work. Don't think it can be fixed.
She's
Damn
got
it.
bunking again
Yeah, hashtag bunking.
instead of banking.
Yes, it's your accent, Leclerc.
Hey up.
They are staying in the line of the apex. I can't see the apex one.
So because of the glider cars, he couldn't see the apex.
I speak the Queen's English, and if I don't, she picks me up on it.
Big time.
Guess what, Ian? You are abysmal at speaking. I know, Your Majesty. Wah, wah, wah.
I'm trying to spot ill, and it's not working as well, which
Yeah.
is really bizarre. That took me 3 attempts.
So I think Alonso is proving, like we said he would, that the bankings is very, very
Yeah.
good. It's not an oval, right? But the banking is, you have to have a technique on a banking.
And he's got it
and
down,
I think
yeah.
he's got it down to a T. I think the two Astons are doing well. The two Ferraris are really not performing like they did yesterday. I'm not sure why Gasly's down there in 10th, because he was doing quite well, and so was Ocon yesterday.
Gasly P7 yesterday, but you're right, the two Astons were quite quick yesterday.
We were saying that Robert's problem with his hand, because he had one of his hands chopped off in an accident and
Reattached, yeah.
right, and the way he has to use his steering wheel
To hold it around the outside, yeah.
hold
Okay,
it with
we're gonna
the
stay out to take the
and
flag
push it up
and
with
then
the
go around again for the practice starts.
So everyone's
with
now
the
heading back
lower
out for the
arm.
practice starts. Yeah,
The banking's not going to be very good
No.
for that.
I hope he's okay. It's nice to see him.
He's doing 19th today.
Yeah, it's not- for his first session.
For
that's
his
not
first
bad.
session, that is very good.
I think he's outperforming Schumacher at the moment, but
I mean, he can't
Yeah.
come lower than 20th, but his timing's not that too far away, is it?
I'm thinking he could finish 14th maybe in the race, get up there. That car's definitely quicker than a Haas. He's got to do the practice starts, though. He's only going to get one practice start before going in. As the checkered flag now comes out, everyone's going really slow out there, thinking that the session's already over.
I mean, when he came in this morning, if he was going to be 1 second behind the midfield, right, I think he'd be really happy with that.
Yeah.
Because it's his first time round this track.
There's the checkered flag. Everyone now takes it really slowly.
We've got 3 of them behind us.
Yeah, and I want a 4th, but a bit smaller, so that I can wave it. But all 3 there as well.
is the original one from when Town went to Wembley. Is there?
This one?
Can you see that how big that flag was? He waved that at Wembley.
It's
on a long stick, and he waved that. There was, 6 people either side of him couldn't see when he was waving the flag, but he was a little boy, and
but you must admit the only reason that we got that flag was not because of Grimsby Town, but because of Formula One and how much, like you said, there was a chance we could get one. Yeah, you said there was a chance we could get one, and I was literally so excited, and then all of a sudden, bang! There one is at the same.
We couldn't get a McDonald's
burger
for you because they were only serving breakfast, but we could get a checkered flag.
So checkered flag.
And they would have been really upset with our new chairman because they were also selling Grimsby Town scarves, and our new chairman gives them away for free.
My scarf's up there somewhere. It needs washing. A lot washing because it used to be at the bottom.
Reminds me of Del Boy when he bought those free He bought those 3 Nelson Mandela T-shirts, and 2 days later he was released.
Yeah. Well, 300 Bros LPs.
Yeah. Well, he did have all those Kylie Minogue LPs. Do you know? This is absolutely true. You lot might not have heard that in the rest of the world, but fans of Only Fools and Horses, right? But the council in Bristol recently replaced the doors in that set of garages.
Oh yeah,
and they sold that one on eBay to raise money for a charity, right? And it got thousands of pounds just the garage door that was used in Only Fools and Horses
in his time in hands.
Thousands and thousands of pounds. It was amazing.
Practice starts are underway then. Max Verstappen right in front of these fans as well.
If any of you ever
their arms up, doing the videoing as well.
If any of you ever see Bristol City live on TV, right? The left-hand corner of the ground, I believe it's the left-hand corner of the ground. The big tower block there, that is Nelson Mandela House from Only Fools and Horses. Wasn't in London at all. Wasn't in Peckham. It was in Bristol. The market was Bristol City Football Club's car park. Yeah.
Cheap and easy to run.
They did film in Peckham a few times, but one of their favourite places to film was in Hull.
Yeah.
And that's why they did the show to Hull and back, because Hull has the one about the princesses on VE Day.
Yeah.
Going out and things. That film was also filmed in Hull because there's large parts of Hull city centre look a lot like London.
Yeah. Yeah. I can attest to that. They do look remarkably similar.
Well, the customs house with the big things on the top, the horses. That's brilliant.
So here's the classification then from the third practice session. Max Verstappen tops the Dutch Grand Prix session for the second time this weekend after FP1. Now tops FP3. Bottas is second, Hamilton third, Perez fourth, Alonso fifth, Norris is sixth, Stroll seventh, Vettel is eighth, Leclerc ninth, and Gasly rounds out the top 10. Ricciardo 11th, Latifi 12th, Ocon 13th, Russell 14th, Giovinazzi's 15th, Sainz is 16th, Tsunoda 17th, Mazepin 18th, Kubica is 19th, and Schumacher taking 20th as well. A lot of good stuff there for Kubica. A lot of laps completed as well. 13, I think, in total, according to my monitor. He's done, no, more than that. How many laps has he done out there?
Valtteri,
28.
What I'm looking forward to in qualifying and the race is seeing how Valtteri, now that he knows his destination for next year...
He's Alfa Romeo,
Yeah. Well, will he be prepared to be Lewis's rear gunner?
Yeah, is he going to play the mind game of, I'm number 2, I will help you through? I'm not sure. Could be.
Mark Webber's already sent him permission to use the thing. Not bad for a number 2 driver.
Yeah. As everyone coming in, Mazepin will be the last car to come into the pit lane then as well. Let's have a look then. Beth saying as well, in Australia, we refer to bankings as that smooth, straight bit. Well, because Australia's upside down and curved. That's quite good, actually. Angie Benson just telling me that Williams boss Jost Capito will not enter the F1 paddock for the remainder of the Dutch Grand Prix weekend after he met Kimi Räikkönen yesterday in a socially distanced manner. Teams say he has tested negative, but decision is precautionary to mitigate any potential risk to the team.
What
about Pinkham?
Josh, yeah, but she's she's tested negative, hasn't she?
I'm checking.
And she's double jabbed.
Yeah, that'll probably be it as well.
I think it's because she's double jabbed. But the interesting thing there is next weekend you're in Italy, which have very strong COVID rules.
Raikkonen probably won't start.
And there was a number of the MotoGP riders were not allowed, even though they were tested negative. They were not allowed for another 7 days to actually be in the country.
So it looks like it's not going to be Raikkonen next weekend. So it looks like it is going to be Robert Kubica again or Callum Ilott.
It could be Callum next weekend. It all depends on how Robert does.
I think it'll be Callum.
But
although isn't F2 next weekend?
Callum is the first choice.
Isn't F2 next weekend?
But he's racing this weekend already.
Yeah, he's racing this weekend and never again. But next weekend it's F2.
So maybe it's Robert again.
Yeah, because I don't want to disrupt him there.
The interesting thing there is when it hits, right, how far the tecto barrier goes in.
Yeah.
Right? I know it absorbed a lot of the pressure there.
There, look, the mic. Do you see what I mean? That's coming off the camera, though. So it looks like we're all right. But yeah, the tempo are having a look there as well.
Because, one of the problems with this circuit is that there are catch fences, like in IndyCar.
Old proper ones, yeah.
Yeah, old catch fences as well. And they're not really big enough nowadays. We've seen cars go over these catch fences, the old catch fences nowadays.
Even last weekend.
In Monza last year. In the Formula 2. Didn't he go over the top? Formula 3 went over the top of the corner with the and there's trees behind that.
I hope Beth.
I had worries that he was going to be smashed against the tree.
Yeah, I remember that one. I hope Beth is taking this as a euphemism that she certainly is double jabbed. I can confirm that. My mind immediately went to the fact that she's got 2 kids. I know I'm thinking I know how Beth's minds work now. That she's making that type of joke. Beth saying, and is Nico in the Sky commentary box this weekend? I'm not too sure because it was confirmed yesterday that it's David Croft and Jenson Button commentating on the race. Yeah, but apparently Nico's there as well.
Nico actually shares his time with Sky Germany.
Yeah,
and so maybe we don't know.
We'll have to find out on that one. And Beth also says, why does every UK town name sound like a euphemism for something inappropriate?
Aye.
Just how it works.
Right. Our local town to the left of us is Scunthorpe. Look up how it's spelt and take the S off.
Yeah. Okay.
Beth, and you'll see that it is a euphemism. Actually, it's a naughty word.
Yes. Right. Me and Megan will be back for qualifying. We get underway 1:40 as well. You can watch the commentator challenge before we go into qualifying. It's going to be a busy one. And then all 3 of us are back tomorrow at 1:30 British Summer Time for the Grand Prix at Zandvoort as well. And immediately after, it is the F1 Forum. The Grand Prix review show at 4:15 or 15 minutes after we wrap up coverage as well.
Answer this question.
For the forum. Go on.
Right. How many times have you been to Mablethorpe?
About 20.
And have you ever met her?
Who?
Mablethorpe.
No, it's a town name. Dear me. Anyway, we're off in. We're going off air. We'll be back in about an hour and 30 minutes time. So 90 minutes to get ready. Gonna have some lunch as well and some breakfast wherever you are in the world.
If Megan hasn't eaten it all.
If Megan hasn't eaten it all, when we get in. And we'll be back later.
We've got to get in before she eats it all.
We've got 40 seconds left until we go off air. What's your moment of the session? Who's top?
I think Alonso's done so well. The top 4 are usual. But Alonso's done so well. And... also, I feel that Stroll and Vettel are showing that Aston could be a contender this weekend.
Best saying as well, quickly, there are big foam blocks with big spaces in between the railings on those corners, then other layer of specific padding used at all F1 tracks behind our tyres. 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Time for qualifying for the Aussies as well. We'll be back later for all of the action from qualifying. It's Max Verstappen topping here at the Dutch Grand Prix. We're out of time. We'll see you later on.